Could this be the most epic Uno reverse ever? In November 2017, after Robert Mugabe fired his VP Emmerson Mnangagwa, tensions boiled over because Mnangagwa was the military's favorite guy, with fear Mugabe was low-key paving the way for his wife, Grace, to take over. On November 14, 2017, the Zimbabwean army rolled into Harare and took over the TV station, presidential residence, and airport like they were playing Monopoly. But Mugabe held on, well, for 7 days. So after hefty negotiations and a heftier retirement package, a $10 million payout, $150,000 monthly salary, and perks for life, Mugabe was like, okay, I'll dip, which makes this the friendliest coup I know in Africa. But I wonder.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Mnangagwa became the president of Zimbabwe, with Robert Mugabe exiting the office with a very heavy package, like $10 million down and $150,000 down a month. Like, in this African economy, in that Zimbabwean economy, can you ever? But when they talk about Mugabe trying to slide Grace into becoming the president of Zimbabwe, I remember that very well. And she was going to these rallies talking the entire move. You could tell this is the end goal. So I don't know whether Mnangagwa and his people are like, we cannot be having a woman president yet, we ain't ready for that. Or they were like, you know what, we cannot have the continuation of the Mugabe rule. No, this is it. So we gotta take over. I remember this time. But what I want to bring with this video is a question asking you, where is my lie? Because yesterday there's a video that I posted. Nobody said I lied though. I'm just asking. The I told you so moment. This is what I'm coming with. So in that video yesterday, I posted that, I was talking about Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Those countries are led by military government, right? Military governments. So these are the people that entered into position through coups, but they are admired by Africans and the people that are living outside Africa. And with that, they are doing great job for their countries. I said in that video, this could be the new modus operandi, especially for the old leaders that are incompetent, corrupt, just squandering the state funds and not giving a mind on the people's needs. So I was like, those would be the first targets. So now when I see the news that, people of Zimbabwe are calling those who are abroad to come back home so they can overthrow Mnangagwa, because now Mnangagwa is like sort of pushing directly, indirectly, and you can tell the narrative, though in interviews, he doesn't want to come out and say, of course, I want to come back for the third time. He's saying, I'm going to step down and my organization will lead a new leader. When my term comes, I'm going to step down. When the end of my term comes, I'm going to step down and they will choose the new leader. And you can tell that they want to choose him because they've started praising him about the things that he has done, blah, 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 and all of that. So, but I want to read this article to you. In the post that shared, that article said, Zimbabwe political activists in SA call their compatriots to go back home and overthrow Mnangagwa. Sana, what did I say? Guys, what did I say? Because there is something that is looming, especially in the countries that has older people sitting in positions that are corrupt, just don't take that, who are not taking care of their people. So this is coming. Honestly, this is coming. I don't want to lie to you, but let us read this article. Johannesburg, Zimbabwe political activists in South Africa have called on their compatriots to go back to their country and help overthrow President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Exiled activist Tabe Chimama and Nyokanye Mabumu, guys, held a media briefing in Johannesburg. So these are the people of Zimbabwe in South Africa. They are calling for their own people to go and overthrow. And if you look at these people that are calling for this, they are younger than the people that are in power, which also goes with what I've been saying in the video yesterday, that, the younger generation is the one that is extremely tired. Anybody that still has the energy, that can see themselves being alive in 20 years from now, they are tired. They are tired. You know, they are tired of things remaining the same. And if you look at the army, it has most of those people that are fresh and have all the energy who are tired of the situation. That is why it will always be the army that overthrows. So with them, Emerson Mnangagwa one, it was just greed and wanting to be in power, wanting power. Because what has he done? What has he done? What has he done since if you compare what he has done to the things that are happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, how do you rate him? All right, they said the public tide is turning against Mnangagwa, who reportedly wants to amend the Zimbabwean constitution to allow him to serve a third term as president. Can you imagine? Chimama said a massive protest is set to take place on Monday in Zimbabwe, calling for Mnangagwa to step down. You see, this is how it starts. Until the people mobilize support enough from within to overthrow the government through a coup. So these things, these to avoid such things, those that are in power should govern properly and have the support of the people. Don't undermine that, because times have changed. Times have changed. We have people that can mobilize. You see, another tool that people are using these days is social media. So it can never be the good old days in 2025. So the time has come. That's what those activists are saying. The time has come for everyone to say no to Ed Mnangagwa, because he now wants to amend the constitution so he can remain in power. He is 82, and in the 30s he will be hitting 90 years old, but he is saying we are going to amend the constitution, and instead of the 2 terms I can have another term and then I can step down. But the people of Zimbabwe are saying no, you have done nothing for ordinary citizens since 2017. So guys, this is the situation in Zimbabwe. So I just want to give you a hint a bit with the video clips and show you how the money is squandered there, like any other African country that is not progressive at this moment. When I say progressive, I'm talking about countries like the ones I just mentioned that I posted yesterday, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So I just want to show you, you have businessmen that have close ties with politicians, from politician to politician, from president to president, from opposition party to opposition party, and they make a lot of money and they squander this money like nobody's business, buying things they don't need, multiple cars, thousands of shoes, expensive shoes. That's what happens when you easily get the money. So, and you find the poor people clapping for these people, like, oh, say, please pray for me, I want to be successful like you, and whatnot. Doing what? Successful doing what? Anyway, guys, I want to share these clips with you.
Wicknell is just a nasty, corrupt businessman. I mean, playing games. I don't know where he makes his money. There's no visible sign. But there's lots of people in Zimbabwe who have no visible signs of business activity, don't employ anybody, but they're rich. Lots of them. And one of the big things is money trading. You know, my daughter went to a dinner party the other day, 3 or 4 luxury cars in the garage, swimming pool, lovely house, garden. They asked the owner of the house, what do you do, the host? What do you do? I'm a money changer. I'm a money dealer. Doesn't employ anybody, doesn't create anything, doesn't make anything, but he's a multi-millionaire.
You sat on the RBZ monetary
policy committee,
and you oversaw this money exchange and dealing on the street. So you failed Zimbabwe.
I didn't last long. Do you ever ask yourself the question why I was fired?
Why were you fired, Eddie?
Because I was too outspoken.
Would you want a political office?
No, never.
I just want to be a billionaire. I want to be close to the politicians, have fun with them, eat with them, but I don't want to be. I don't have the patience, my friend, to go and sit 3 hours and choose what this and this thematic. What pastor 1 minute just sweat. I'm not aircon. What for? Life I'm dear queer ndege but sunny. This private jet ndichenda kwakati unodya mari ndopinda mu Louis Vuitton ndodzoka ndakadai ndichite no life yandoda. Come on. Sikuda ndakasunga tai nini ndichenze pamberi nemsanga. Never. I don't want that. But I support the party. Come on. But being part of a politician myself, never. Okay. I want no. If
Say wiki ibalance yeye ana kudzidza saka ndakati mu dressing room mangu akandise tigadzire shure adano vanesa budza pasi chi nara okay bo ndise timi short manager pane shure ndo zo no vanesa shure but in the reasoning I'm going to get different in the area of ukadai also manje apa sofa pane 70 pairs masendo asalimuko no just 70 pairs tozakakwana sasa kunobuno zvakakwana chi 70 pairs tozakapinda kuno kodzimwe dzacho dzinoita sei andibona ndo mune aiza ndo tsimbo dza Moses idzo tsimbo imagine ya Moses imede ya mambo Jacob saka 70 ndo dzinokwana chete muno saka 70 dzakakwana mvedu dzimwechi 293 dzakatozongoya kuno kustiu saka chandagona hapana ndozvindaireva kuti no hadzikwane dzese unyange ukaisa shure ikadi panotoda rumi yaunotozoti irumi inongopinda bhotsu chete hapana chimwe chirimo dzingori shangu sando zvandaitaura kuti amuterere.
The man himself has done it again. They're hiding away from the camera. Done it again. Brabas 2023 6.3 million rand. Tinomtenda Gabrieli wakatichengeta kunamata chipo chikomborero waiwe varombo vakapfuma nekunamata uyai kumasowe tinamate Mwari wechokwadi rugaro runowanikwa munguwo chena takagara pasi mijecha tichiti rufaro kwamuri hallelujah.
We fought for a total Zimbabwe, fought for all its wealth, the minerals, the flora, the fauna, its cultures, its heritage, its identities, its beliefs. Indeed, we fought for its rise as a soaring great nation. The wartime call urged us not to be greedy and selfish, not to be corrupt and egocentric, or to be narrow-minded and tribalistic. We all swore to a shared future in which everyone had a place on the table, a place in the sun for a culture of equal opportunity where every Zimbabwean served in equal measure. Zveubvanzu kudya kwemhumhi takazviramba. When our president says, leaving no one and no place behind, he is reminding us of this wartime covenant, a covenant we must all live by across generations, starting and including our very own.
And that is why I was saying these people will multiply if the leaders that are currently in the position of power are not pulling their socks up, are not doing right by the people. You cannot continue as we are still back in the days where politicians just did anyhow and they were feared. You have a different generation now that seeks to do things differently and things that benefit Africans. So if you don't change with that tide, you might be left behind. You might sit and reminisce about the good old days when you were in power and you were getting all the money that you wanted. And the sad part with people like this, they don't do any other thing, because when the source of the money that they were easily getting is ending now, when that tap is closed, they don't know what to do with themselves. You know, they don't know what to do with themselves and they end up being extremely poor. So anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, I'm going to share in the description box the link of the video that I shared yesterday talking about this very same thing, that you know what, this is going to happen. The leaders that are not performing, the leaders who are corrupt, incompetent, are going to be targeted by the people like they did in these countries on the screen. So please do watch that video as well. Anyway, the people of Zimbabwe are tired. They are exhausted. They are exhausted. Well, okay, guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you watched up to here, thank you very much. And if you do have time and you're on Wi-Fi, kindly watch my ads in full. It really goes a long way. Do have a lovely weekend.